Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you this fun little penguin card made with the Playful Penguins stamp set from our holiday catalog. This stamp set is going away at the end of the catalog and is being retired. So if you enjoy these playful little penguins, you'll want to get it before it's gone. I'm going to use my Stamparatus to stamp this card, so let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. Okay, I am going to use my Stamparatus. I've set it up with my three little penguin images here. And if you need some tips to get started with your Stamparatus, I've got a getting started video that will show you how to do that. I'm going to lay my Whisper White cardstock piece here in the corner, and I am going to secure it with my magnet. Remember, these are really strong magnets and you don't want them to click together. And then I am going to ink up my penguins on this top panel. And of course, if you want, you can use your clear mount case under there to make it more stable, but for this purpose I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to stamp my two little penguins and then lift my panel, and then I'm going to bring in my third penguin here on the second panel and ink him up and then bring him in and stamp. Okay, now at this point I can remove my Stamparatus. So I'm simply going to take my little panel here, and now I'm going to stamp my background. So I have put my crackle paint background onto my extra plate, and I am going to ink this up with some Bermuda Bay ink. Now our Stampin' Spots are great for this technique since it allows you to just get the stamp image if it's smaller and not have it on your plate. I'm going to stamp this down on my grid paper, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want to create an area that I know this image is going to stamp, so that when I bring in my card base here that I've already folded, I can lay this on top and then re-ink, and close the plate, and I should be able to get that image on the entire front of my card front since I've laid it on that stamping area that was shown to me on my grid paper. There we go, quick and easy. Of course I didn't use the magnet here because that would have blocked my image, but the entire card front here is now covered. So I can move my Stamparatus to the side, and before I start to assemble I need to finish this penguin panel, and so I'm going to ink my sentiment up in the Bermuda Bay and stamp. And then I'm going to take this little ground swatch image and I am going to stamp that under the penguin's feet. And I love this little image because it does have kind of a directional feel to it with the shading, and it allows you to add areas so that they look different simply by flipping it over. Okay, now that I've got my stamping done, I'm going to set my ink pads aside. I've got my card base here, and I am going to simply take a piece of my Bermuda Bay and adhere it to the front. I'm going to do this slightly kittywampus so that it's not quite square. There we go. And then this cute little penguin panel I'm going to flip over, and because it's so large, I'm not only going to put dimensionals on the outside corners, I'm also going to give some support to the center by placing a couple dimensionals there and then removing the protective strip. Okay, now that I've got those done, I can simply place this little guy slightly tipped the other direction here and adhere. And that's it. It's that quick and simple. So let me show you the original again. I love these little penguins. They're just so much fun. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Ginny. Thanks for joining me.